Welcome my friend. Today I'm going to show you how I mix a song from start to finish. Welcome to episode 3. Let's go. My name is Macro from Mixing with Macro. I'm a professional recording and mixing engineer, and I've done recording and mixing for major record labels and many independent artists. And my goal is to help you streamline your recording and your mixing process for fast and consistent results. That's why you should not leave here empty-handed, because in my description I have a free PDF cheat sheet where I show you my entire process. I lay out all the plugins I use, all of the plugin chains I use, all the settings within my plugins, and the thinking behind how I achieve an amazing mix. So be sure to check my description and grab that cheat sheet absolutely free. Now let me show you how I mix a song from start to finish. Let's go.
Alright my friend, welcome to a mix from scratch, beat the mix. Episode number 3, where I'm going to walk through a session by artist JACE out there in southern Florida, going crazy. She's an R&B singer. She's phenomenal. She just did a song to one of my beats that I did with my bro Vintunes, and yeah, they sent it over for me to mix it for the channel and also beat the original mix that she got from the studio. So here we are. We have the reference here, so let's play the reference really quick. It's gonna be an interesting one simply because we have a lot of background vocals here that we're gonna handle. Yeah, let's listen to the reference really quick. Let's hear where our starting mix is at. Alright, so that's a starting mix, alright, for us. And it's a great recording because it's coming at a great level. So my goal is to get a nice sounding main vocal. So this is her main vocal here on these 2 tracks, and it's to sound nice and full. And then what I'm gonna do is bring in all the backgrounds and have it support the main vocal here. So everything is muted on the doubles, and we have all my plugins on my plugin chain activated, and we're gonna go through and see what makes sense to add to our vocal and what we can hold back on. Alright, so now we're going to start activating our plugins here and lock it in. Let's see what makes sense. So yeah, I immediately want to get her vocals sounding nice and present and a good balance in comparison to the beat. So I would want to activate my RVox because this is a plugin that I like to use that puts the vocal nice and in your face. So let's put everything, let's reset everything. Like what I see, your mind tonight, put it on me. Let's turn up our reference here. Like what I see, bodies, we can find us bodies, we can find us. Yeah, we can already hear the vocal clashing with the beat real quick, but we're gonna handle that with our EQ. I do like where the volume is coming in at. Let's apply our EQ.
We can rock our bodies. We can find our sync. Let's just. We can rock our bodies. We can find our sync. We can rock our bodies. We can find our sync.
Perfect. Okay, so there was a lot of high-end energy that was coming through in the vocal here. So let me recap real quick what I did. So the first thing I did was I got the vocal interface. All right, let me deactivate and just go in order. So I got the vocal interface with our RVox.
The living's easy when you with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. Your mind tonight, put it on me. The living's easy when you with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. Your mind tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh.
Then I put my EQ in. I don't want to dip too much right here because I like the warmth that the vocal has. We could add more warmth when we start adding a little bit of saturation with our lo-fi plugin here. We'll see when we get to this stage. If anything, I could dip a little bit more out, but for now, I want to go as natural as I can with this vocal.
Like what I see. Rock our bodies. We can find our sync.
Then I cut out all the low energy up to 153 hertz.
Rock our bodies. We can find our sync. Let's just lie with me.
And I went straight into de-essing.
Rock our bodies. We can find our sync. Let's just lie with me.
So I'm cutting 3000 hertz with this de-esser simply because 3000 hertz is where a lot of harshness happens, and you can quickly turn your mix into a cheese grater if you do not have a good harshness control. I find this little trick in this de-esser where you could just lock in 3000 hertz and then have the compressor, the threshold section of the de-esser, compress that vocal with this frequency being compressed. You could probably do it with FabFilter 2. Just go 3000 hertz and just have it compressed right here, and it probably do like the same thing. So you can either or. So we can actually get rid of this plugin here, and we can just do a dip right here in 3K and have the compressor section of the Fab filter do the compression there to control a little bit of that harshness. I'll try with different things and see if it's something I'd actually want to just get rid of this so we have less. All right, so once I control that harshness there, the next thing I did was got into my de-esser and control a lot of that high end, because I've been pushing high end right here on my first EQ, and I've also been pushing high end here on my second EQ as well. So I want to control that high end because one, she's a female singer, and female singers tend to have a lot more S's present in their vocal. With me pushing the high end on both of these plugins, it only accentuates that. So my de-esser here, put it back and I'll show you exactly.
The living's easy when you with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. Your mind tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, we can rock our bodies. We can find our sync. Let's we can find our sync.
All right, so we control that. Okay, these are my basics, like how you get the basic vocal popping. All right, that's how you get the basic vocal sounding fire. At this point, this is where I would reference the original bounce that we're looking to beat here and make sure that we're in the right direction, because it's sounding good to my ear, but compared to what the artist and the artist's team has been listening to for the past few weeks, it could be a double-edged sword, because you want to have your own flavor to it. At the same time, you want to still maintain the integrity of the original mix, because people's ears get tuned very quickly to what they've been listening to. So if they've been listening to a mix, whether you would consider it a good mix or a mix that could use some work, it's still a mix that they will get used to. So you want to make sure that you still have the direction while injecting your own flavor and your own taste. So let's compare it with the reference.
The living's easy when you with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. Your mind tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, we can rock our bodies. We can find ourselves.
Presence of the vocal is there. I like the way it's sitting with the beat currently. The next thing we're going to do here is add a little bit of saturation with our plugin here, with the lo-fi plugin.
The living's easy when you with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. Your mind tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, we can rock our bodies. We can find ourselves. We can rock our bodies. We can find ourselves.
So when you push a little bit of the distortion here, you can definitely hear a little bit more of her vocal being present. So that's a little push that we needed, and it's already beating the original mix here. Now she's more present, she sounds more full, she sounds more confident. Now let's look at our Sound Toys plugin here, a little thickener plugin, and see if we got to make it even more thicker. Let's hear.
We can rock our bodies. We can find ourselves. Let's just lie with me. We're sharing our energy.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that plugin deactivated. Let's move on.
When you with me, the sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. Your mind tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, when you with me, the sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see.
Could use a little bit of tuning right here. Okay, I'm gonna pop in real quick and tune this vocal. Cool, so we got where our vocal is. Next thing, I just dropped a reverb video where I show you exactly how to get the right reverb. So we're gonna pop in really quick into that segment there, and I'll show you again. If you haven't seen the video yet, we're gonna find the perfect reverb for her vocal. Boom, you go to the first one. Tempo is 90, so let's do 90. So we're gonna use our hall reverb. and it's telling us our pre-delay is 83.33 and our decay time is 5250. All right, so we're gonna pop into our reverb here. Let's go into a reverb. So 83.33 and our decay time was 5250. All right, so boom. All right, so that's our reverb. Let's make it nice and shiny here.
Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight.
This particular reverb is coming from the short reverb here. It is the setting that's called gloss, vocal gloss. It's really nice, really nice. All right, they have some cool reverb. This is a slept on reverb here. I ain't gonna hold you. It's from FabFilter.
Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight. Everything feels good when you're on my mind. The living's easy when you're with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. You're mine tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, we can rock our bodies. We can find our sink. Let's just lie with me.
Nice. All right, cool. That sounds amazing.
I like what I see, you know what I mean, I'm trying to see. Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight. Everything feels good when you're on my mind.
Yeah, our mix sounds more open. Our mix sounds a little bit more awesome. We really like it so far. Let's try some delays, see where we're at.
You know what I mean, I'm trying to see. Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight. Everything feels good when you're on my mind. The living's easy when you're with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. You're mine tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, you know what I mean, I'm trying to see. Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight. Everything feels good when you're on my mind. The living's easy when you're with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. You're mine tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, we can rock our bodies. We can find our sink. Let's just lie.
All right, that is our delays. And when it comes to delays, I'm just gonna do a little bit of delay throws in these little spaces here, and as simple as using your send right here. All you got to do is hit Control Command click. It gives you an automation lane, and then you just tell it, hey, I want you to throw the delay over. That's a little bit high, but let's hear it.
Everything feels good when you're on my mind. Good when you're on my mind. Good when you're on my mind. Everything feels good when you're on my mind.
Because when it comes to automating using the send track, I like to get the, if it's delays or if I'm automating reverb, it doesn't matter, it applies for both. I like to get it to a point where it sounds good, like the universal delay that I'm going to be using, or the universal reverb that I'm going to be using. I like to get the fader at a point where I know it sounds great, and then from there then I will start adding automation into certain parts. Okay, so here is why. If I now decide, you know what, I want to hear more delay throughout my vocal, if I did automation links and put my points there and then I try to turn it up, watch what's gonna happen.
Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight.
You know what I'm saying? So it will pull your fader back down. That means you gotta start automating everything else. So, you know, just a little bit of a quick tip there.
Oh, we can rock our bodies, we can find our thing. Let's just lie with me, we sharing our energy. I'm feeling fine with me, we sharing our energy. I'm feeling free, I like what I see, you know what I mean. I'm feeling free, I like what I see, you know what I mean. Can you touch on me, you know what I mean, I'm yours tonight. I can see, you know what I mean, trying to see, do you like me, can we be free, I wanna be yours tonight. Everything's good when you're on mine. Look at see, when you with me, the sun can shine, feel free. I like what I see, my tonight, but on me, oh.
Okay, and then the backgrounds come in there. So this is basically how I'm going to play delays here. What I'm doing here is making some parts more dry than others, and I'm making some other parts more wet. Okay, so the higher it is, the more wet it is, the lower it is, the more dry it is. But some parts, like the beginning of certain phrases, I'm going to make it more dry, kind of like so, and then make it more wet in some other places. It looks a little bit, you know, all over the place, but once you do it long enough, it'll make sense to you. Here's the reverb, and for the reverb,
I can see, you know what I mean, trying to see, do you like me, can we be free, I wanna be yours tonight. Everything, can we be free, I wanna be yours tonight. Everything's good when you're on mine. Look at see, when you with me, the sun can shine, feel so free. I like what I see, my tonight, but on me, oh. We can rock our bodies, we can find our thing. Let's just lie with me, we sharing our energy. I'm feeling free, I like we can find our thing. Let's just lie with me, we sharing our energy. I'm feeling free, I like what I see, you know what I mean. Our energy, I'm feeling free, I like what I see, you know what I mean. Can you touch on me, you know what I mean, I'm yours tonight.
Let's do a quick little vocal edit right here. Let's do not the verify, let's do the D-verb, the little vocal rise, and see what's here, because we probably
I like what I see, you know what I mean, I'm trying to see. Do you like me? Can we be free? I like what I see, you know what I mean, I'm trying to see. Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight. Everything's good when you're on mine. Look at see, when you with me, the sun can shine, feel so free. I like what I see, my tonight, but on me. I like what I see, my tonight, but on me. See, my tonight, but on me. My tonight, but on me. Oh.
And this is a dynamic reverb. You could actually go into this right here, go into this track, and you could do latch, and then you could just do the automation lane and record it in, kind of like just have the reverb recorded in like that. But look how many little points it's giving you. I mean, it's nice and everything, but I prefer to do it this way simply because I have more control over it. Let's put it back to read. And it might not look the prettiest, but it'll sound pretty because it's a female a female vocalist here. So it might not look the best, but it'll sound great. And you know, you're not gonna see this anyway when you listen to the song. So just put it back to volume. We haven't even touched the background vocals yet, and we're sounding better than our main mix.
Take what I see, you know what I mean. Can you touch on me? You know what I mean. I'm yours tonight.
She sounds amazing. All right, so let's fuck around and look at these background vocals and see what we can do. So we have our background vocals going into our lead.
We're sharing our energy. I'm feeling.
Okay, so since we have a lot of backgrounds here, what I'm going to do is send all of this into its own aux. So I'm going to make an aux real quick and then send all of this into, let's do dub aux, and send this aux into release. Why? Simply because it's better for the workflow.
Wanna be yours tonight. Everything feels good when you're on my mind. The living's easy when you're with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. You're mine tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, we can rock our bodies. We can find our sink. Let's just lie with me. We're sharing our energy with me. We're sharing our we can rock our bodies. We can find our sink.
I think I want to add a little bit of texture to the vocal here.
We can rock. We can find our sink. Let's just lie with me. We're sharing our energy. I like what I see. You know what I mean. I'm trying to see. Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight. Everything feels good when you're on my mind. The living's easy when you're with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. Mine tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh, I like what I see. You know what I mean. I'm trying to see. Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight. Everything feels good when you're on my mind. You like me? Oh. I like what I see. You know what I mean. I'm trying to see. Do you like me? Can we be free? I wanna be yours tonight. Everything feels good when you're on my mind. The living's easy when you're with me. The living's easy when you're with me. The sun can shine, feeling so free. I like what I see. You're mine tonight, put it on me, on me. Oh. Am I asking for too much? Am I asking for too much? Am I asking for too much?
Now this is the section where we're going to compare our mix to the main mix, to the studio bounce here. This is the studio bounce that they've listened to for a few weeks now, and this is our mix today. So let's start with their mix.
We're sharing our energy. I'm feeling free. I like what I see. You know what I mean. Can you touch on me? You know what I mean. I'm yours tonight.
awesome. She sounds amazing. Now, yep, let's package this puppy up and send it off.
There it is, my friend. I appreciate you sticking from start to end. You see where we started from and how we ended, and the result is always top notch. Now take these tips. I'm pretty sure you learned a lot from this video. This is why I do what I do. This is episode 3. Be sure to tap in for episode 4, and make sure, along with all the techniques that I'll show you within this video, grab that cheat sheet from the description that will show you everything, where you can just plug and play and you can get a professional sounding mix in less than 30 minutes. Be sure to grab that, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
School, yeah.